Alright, pretty much they're good to go now. There we go. Okay, yeah, it seems like that was the problem. Having Audacity plus everything else was just a bit too much. I didn't expect that to be the problem, but you know, so it goes. Okay, so that was the next thing out of the way. And one other thing, and two other things in Castradus, rather, before we get back to where we were last time with hunting ogres, was, you remember when we went down in the well to deal with the Saurians last time? Well, there is... So there was deep trouble before, there is deeper trouble now. And we're going to let that guy, he'll be fine. I'm sure he'll be fine. But we'll be going back there to help him out. The first thing we do is I wanted to, any of you playing along, we started getting the Badge of Vows quest last time. And how those work is you check the quest, and yeah, they call it From a Different Sky, you know. Is that you check them, lock in on one, and view it on your map. And it will tell you, once you get, it'll highlight the area. I'm sure you won't forget about him. I guarantee you, Sprawl, I will not forget about him. But yeah, you search, you check your map. It will highlight on yellow, you saw that on the door there, the correct zone. And then once you're in that zone, it'll highlight the spot for you. The first one I got while I was running around collecting things off camera, and it was over... Let's see, is that a safe fall? Probably not worth it to find out. There we go. Yeah, it was right in... yeah, you remember where we picked up those goodies, and then hopped down here to get this stuff? Yeah, it was right in here. So that's where that first one is. And the other one was over when we climbed the rooftops to get to to get the Bible from in that very first stream. Yeah, it was over there. So that's where those two are. And this guy has a quest for us.
Beg pardon, cousin. Have you seen Valmiro? I wager he's on another mad quest for flowers or bugs or whatever takes his fancy of late. It's a bother, but I can't very well leave him to wander off to his death. Would you help me find him?
So yes, the useless villager, the useless village fisherman who wanders around getting lost and needs you to bail him out is one of the handful of bachelors in this game that has a unique ending lines and stuff like that. So yeah, ladies, while the dudes have the Duchess, they have a shopkeeper, the Casca from Berserk to romance. That's one of yours. But anyway, before we go back and deal with him, I want to track down this badge right up there. I have a feeling I have to get back up on the rooftops. How about... but this is what we need to do. There we go. And then... I didn't even realize there was a... Perfect. Let's go terrorize some birds while we're at it. I spent 30 minutes dying to an ogre this stream? Boo. Sproul says that's all anyone here watches for. Yeah, I got killed, I think I got killed by ogres 5 times last stream. Okay, so we're going to finish Phython's request from last time, Badge of Vows, and go to Aura and get her to change our job back to Magic Archer, because that was the request from last time. The Bitter Black Isle is good for that. I also went back and got a couple of did a mining run, so I could get a bit more gold from last time too. Okay. Change vocation. Change. And Let's do Magic Archer. And let's go ahead and equip her with... we'll do Staff and Bow. So we'll kind of focus on magic for now. The rest of it should pretty much be what we already had. And as always, the request last time was going back to midriff and hammer pants. This is what I came up with to satisfy that, while still keeping our defense up, since that is pretty important at this point. Also, that's pretty high sleep defense without needing the ring for it, too. So that's pretty cool.
If there is aught, I shall aid you, however,
And then
if there is aught I can...
skills. Alright, so Sunflare, the problem the range is so short on it. I didn't find it very useful. I'm thinking Frizzil might be useful because Saurians are weak to ice. The spell kind of sucks, but, you know, I'm going to give it a try. And whereas all that stuff is... Oh, I had something in Strider I think I wanted her to get. So let me try check that real quick. Change equipment. Oh, we need to change equipment. Learn skills. What did I want to have? Right, yeah, here's my thought. Is that when I'm fighting the ogres, if I can use the reset skill while I'm like on its head using the 100 kisses, I can use reset to cancel out of it and jump off rather than getting caught and dying, like what happened last time. And whenever I can afford it, I need to get forward roll. That means as long as you have a dagger drawn, you can get your Dark Souls dodge roll. So we'll do that one, we'll change vocation, and then we'll change. So back to Magic Archer. Okay, so sorry about that, but we'll make sure we're good to go now. Yeah, I didn't forget the quest for the guy in Castrodus, but I did forget why I was still in Strider at the start of the stream. Oh well. So equip that, and equip that.
If there is aught I can
Okay. Alright, so we learned our skills. Yeah, we're going to use Frizzil and High Frizzil. And I remember reading that the spell is kind of garbage if you use it, like if you actually try to hold the aura thing. But if you cast a spell or if you hit the button again, it will basically fire a blast of frost out. That's what I'm going for here. And of course, threefold bolt does ice damage. I think I can... Oh, well, it won't tell me what element it is. But it does ice damage, guaranteed. It is good against the Saurians, too. Alright. And then we'll give Leon his bow back. And equip that. Alright, we are looking pretty lean and mean now.
My hope is I shall aid you however I can.
Turn to Castrodus.
I would take you then.
So yeah, the respawning thing with this one.
Linger in the water overlong.
Oh, I didn't even see that. Sprawl sent a follow-up to that one in Fallout 2. Broken Hills, treasure was 10k of currency of previous games, bottle caps, which are not used. Oh, yeah. I think I remember now. Yeah, the gag price thing. Oh, did I point out what you can do with this one? We're going to want more of those trowels and work tables later, so you can pick up the people that are using them and swipe them. Yeah, some item I think requires 5 work tables to upgrade, so good to get that when you can. Alright, hold your horses, dude. Let's see, what are you on?
Valmiro, forgive me, sir. I've yet to meet all the people of this
village is like one street, dude.
I did see a young fisherman, seemed a kind enough.
Lorax doesn't remember if he's asked, can you romance the same gender? Yes. Can you romance your pawns? No.
The life of a salesman surely has its own trouble.
Yep, basically, whoever you have the most affection for is who you get the ending scenes with, and the game does not keep track of your or their gender for that purpose.
And with good reason. I thought to enjoy a quiet nip of the old spirits.
Oh, the old spirits here.
But then, a fearsome rumble came from further yon. Against my better judgment, I
actually still can't get with Leon.
those monsters shooting up a regular hive of them. Can't let the likes of them loose on the
Yep.
village, I thought. So I stayed here to hold them back. Lucky thing I thought to sneak a drink.
That's a good point. I didn't even think about that when we made these two.
Well, glad to see you, truth be told.
Okay, basically, we have to go back to where the Saurians were before, and there will be a... the passageway that was blocked won't be now. And... oh, let's just protect you. What is he going to give us? A throw blast. Okay. Well, I'm pretty sure fire attacks work just fine in the water. This isn't Dark Souls 2, so... Silver, excuse me, ma'am. Instead of asking for your items, I'll pick you up for the most inconspicuous pickpocketing ever. Yeah, you would think we could totally ask people to borrow their tools or anything, but nope. You just pick them up and take them. Speaking of picking things up, and this is one reason I love this game so much. I think I showed this off before. You can totally pick up one of these giant rats and throw them at enemies or throw them at other things.
I'll take that.
And yeah, whenever you use I don't think we've used a staff as an item before. Basically, whenever you attack with it, it will home in on the nearest enemy and fire at them. Well, it doesn't home in on them, but it lets you select. Basically, whenever you press the button, it will like basically lock onto the closest enemy, and then you fire. So it's very cool. Yeah, I really like how magic is implemented in these games. Also, I just got poisoned by by the snake there. Oh, Havana, you go pick that up. What is that? Leather cap. Okay. Oh, not bad, not bad. Since poison counts against your max HP to a small amount, worth it to cure it as soon as you can. Here's the field there, the amount of witnesses to it. Well, the thing is, with the... have you played or seen any of this game, Silver? Yeah, since in this one, we are the Arisen, which is a chosen title, the dragon that rampages around, plucked out our heart at the very beginning of the game. And basically, we have leniency to do everything we want to, because we are one of the few people that can do anything about the dragon. The Arisen are able to kill dragons where pretty much nobody else can. And we totally never abuse our power. Of course not. Oh, that's pretty neat. They can just climb back up the side there. Wonder how far that goes the other way. Meh, not worth it. Not worth the risk. Not sure about this game. You've seen one of them. That is this game. Yeah. Yeah, it originally came out in 2012, I think. So, but the Steam, there was a re-release on Steam that just came out, in January. So that's what I'm playing now. So I figured, I liked it, but it's been a long time, so why not? I did see an LP. Yeah, if that was the LP on Something Awful, I think Gildas was the guy's name. I thought it was okay too, but it was weird. It was hard to follow, right? I'm kind of doing a 100% run with this one and trying to show off a bunch of different things.
I'll take that.
Yeah, quite a while ago, right? Okay. Also, I forgot to mention that, but the staff we got last time is... Where is my... I'll just do it this way. But yeah, it is the Crimson Glare, which is permanently enchanted with fire. That's why our attacks are always fire elemental, because the weapon always does that. Okay, let me I got Frazil on Y, and let me take a quick look, see if there are any Saurians nearby. I don't see any. Okay, yeah, it looks like they're all back further in the cave. Alright, here goes nothing. I don't think I'm going to be as vulnerable to them as I was before, but...
Take care, you aren't soaked in water.
I was someone on YouTube, gotcha. Yeah, his LP was okay. Oh, there they are, okay. Here's a cool thing. You can... Hello. Yeah, you can press the button to lock. You can press the button left stick to go to free mode, and then fire. course, the Grand Eagle uses up a lot of my... So, Frizzil on its own creates this aura of ice around you. Then you can press the button again to fire a blast. I'm supposed to be able to fire a blast of it out. I might not have had the stamina for it. Also, one cool thing is that I can... Let's see. Is that whenever I go to basically take my torch back off, I can cancel it. Oh, if I had my dagger out, I could cancel it. Okay. Oh, Leon is rank 8. Very cool. Oh, that froze him even, too. Very nice. Okay, and take a quick look, make sure we've got... But yeah, let me switch to daggers. And then whenever I go to turn the torch, or turn the lantern back on, you can reset and immediately cancel out of the rest of the animation. So yeah, really good way to save time and reduce the vulnerability you have. But yeah, when I saw this request come up in the well, I knew we'd be dealing with more Saurians, so I grabbed a pawn that knew the ice buff. You don't need to do that yourself, but it's helpful. Yeah, the gimmick, and at this point, the gimmick is that we have a bunch of these Saurian eggs, and we need to destroy them. So what's with a little genocide, am I right? Okay, got that. Where else are we? And once you destroy a certain amount of them... Can't be a whole lot more. And I believe any fire damage should be enough to destroy them because the burning damage over time should finish them off. Yeah, there we go. Scramble those eggs, yes. Yeah, like exactly like Mirelurks. Yep. Now, whenever you're messing with eggs, you'll end up with a mama to deal with, and yeah, this is. Okay. Look how small the pawn is compared to that Saurian. Let's get past her. Okay. I'm gonna switch back to 3-full bolt. Back away. Pawns, go get it. Oh, here we go. Yeah, in a way, because the big one is so easy to see, it actually makes her a little bit less of a threat. Oh, we got her tail on that one, so yeah. I must have had a request to kill Saurians too. That one took care of that. And then I think we're good. Oh, is that one already gone, maybe? Ah. Might already be. Good enough, good enough. And so that will take care of that. Make sure we grabbed all of the goodies. What does eggs would taste good? I asked. You got me thinking about it now. Honestly, I have no idea about how, reptile eggs would taste. I have heard that apparently, there's a reason people eat chicken eggs primarily, and it's that other kinds of bird eggs don't taste as good. Like ostrich is kind of infamously, not very good. Let's give Pawn a... I don't even know how he got poisoned. Let's see, so we take a look around, make sure we've gotten everything. And I think there's a side passageway where that leads to... Yeah, we can get some I think there's either a gather point. Yeah, there we go. Get some treasure.
I wonder what's inside.
Yeah, there's a lot of gather points for fish and for mining. Okay, let's get out of the brine. Away. Oh man, I love reset. It's only like a second it saves you in that case, but hey, you know, it's little things. So let's take a look for... Make sure we got all the fish and the gather points. Yeah, here's one. Silver has seen emu eggs before. They are pretty, but would not eat them. Very ew. Yeah, I'm not too adventurous when it comes to eating exotic wildlife. I have a Texan friend who, like, you know, you like thinks of loves eating reptile, like actually to the preference of other things like snakes and well, frogs aren't reptiles, but you know, frog legs and stuff like that. The glow in the dark bow is useful. Does it tell you when orcs are near? You know, I was actually thinking for a second if there was, because there is a series of gimmick items from the merchant in. Make sure I've got from the forger in Grand Soren, and I want to say one of them actually does have some kind of detection thing, but I don't remember. But they do a bunch of things like regenerate your health and. Okay, so this stuff's all looted and hasn't come back yet. Okay. Well, in that case, I'm just going to... Yeah, there's not much point going further on. Well, I might as well kill the snakes, and... If there are any... Oh, whoop, okay, there they are.
This looks interesting.
Now I feel kind of silly. I was expecting the magic bow to lock on to them, but it might not do it for snakes. That was funny. But not much point going further on to where the bandits were, because there's a because the stuff, the loot in the room wouldn't have come back yet. So I'm just going to warp back to Castardus, go back in and turn in the quest. The most exotic thing Silver's ever eaten was kangaroo steak. Quite gamey and chewy, but not too bad. I've actually had some venison as far as game goes, but that's not very, you know, exotic. Just it's not something you find at Walmart. So let's who do we turn this into? Reveille. Form Rorik of Castardus. He would be still inside. Oh, still inside the wall. Right, that guy. Okay. Yeah, I forgot we had to go back and talk to him.
The beasts are slain then? Ha! Joyful news. I will sleep easier, not having.
I'm not going to go quite as with talking over the dialogue as much as I have been, because there's been some amusement in the chat about the not quality isn't the right word for it, but the odd voice acting, I think, is the best way to put it. Oh, Silver's never had venison. Not too many deer in Australia. That's true.
The threat is quashed and the village made safe.
So her Arisen has clearly done this quest before. All right. Oops. You can't speed climb ladders. You can only climb down them. You can speed climb down, but you cannot speed climb up.
The other villagers may
Okay. And I think we had another quest too. That was the Arisen power for 10 Saurians, and that was just money. Okay. So let's. I don't think I did make any progress on this one. Probably not until the morning. Yeah, once everybody goes to bed, you're not gonna get too many. Not gonna find them wandering around. So different sky, dark chorus, harpies, snakes. I can turn that one in Grand Soren, and it'll be a while before I can do any of those. I'll tell you what. How about we do this one while it's nighttime? So, to Grand Soren. So this one, and it turns out there actually is there's one reference to salvation before Mason gives you the quest. And that's actually the priest in Castardus. They'll tell you that word has come from the Grand Cathedral to be on the lookout for salvation. It gives you kind of a description of them. So that's really interesting. So here's a noble quarter. Okay, so we can't go into the castle at night. That's how it worked. There's our mark. We haven't actually met him yet, but pay attention to this guy. He will be important later. Unlike another stream of Dragon's Dogma I watched last year, where the guy kept saying, "Who's this guy? When did we see him?" It's like, well, this is when you saw him. Then again, he might not have done this quest. Okay, well, there's very little that goes into... This game doesn't have much of a stealth system, as you might guess. Basically, we keep an eye on the map, cursor, and we make sure he doesn't ever directly see us. He'll periodically turn around and check behind him, but as long as you're kind of in cover, then it's not much of a problem. Do that. But yes, basically, as long as your character knows they have a mini-map to follow, then they can just follow it. And then whenever you get stopped there, and actually we saw him disappear because we were close enough with that difference in elevation. But yeah, whenever he gets close to a certain checkpoint, it will just the game will leave a cursor there, and that's basically where he's teleported to the next point. He doesn't go very far when you do that. It's just a way to make sure the game can give you cutscenes to let you know you're on the right track. Lorax loves how we sneak around, stealthily with this huge party of pawns following. Yeah, don't mind us. We're just shopping at the bazaar. Yep. How much for that, for these sprigs of whatever they are? Yeah, some people recommend taking a different route to get to where he's going. There's a lot of different advice out there. Basically, all you have to do is this. Just kind of stay at a distance, duck behind cover every now and then. But yeah, it's not difficult. Okay, see him hang a left there, so nobody can run fairly far up. It's like the Scooby-Doo gang, Jinkies. This guy doesn't have a mask though, so when we pull off his, I guess we pull off his hair and find out who he really is. Your eyes on the quarry. Okay. And what's interesting is that he is taking a route I don't normally take to get to where he's going. So it kind of made me wonder where he was going, the first time. Because then you consider he might actually be saying hi to the local prostitutes there. Yeah, some of them actually have some pretty funny dialogue. But wait for... Yep. Looks like he's got the next checkpoint. There we go. Pull off his cloak and add to our equipment. And I would have gotten away with it too if it weren't for your Arisen. And those pawns too. We don't actually follow him inside, that would be silly. We just get... Oh, actually the game won't let you try to follow him inside.
Just what is this scrap
to you. Loose those lips and might be our repaying card. Oh.
Good work.
Anything else I might work on for you?
I bid you good day.
But I thought Madeline was my girlfriend.
Business could Madeline have with that knight? And in secret, what's more?
Lork said, looks like she'd give that dress over willingly. I have some good news for you, Silver. If you want to play if you plan on playing this game, I can't check it now since it's in my storage, but you do actually get, I don't remember if you have to buy it or you get it, but yeah, you can get a hold of her dress and as a costume.
I hear you've become, what was it? Arisen.
And Madeline totally not suspicious at all of us popping up, right after she got done with her clandestine meeting.
Gold and jewels and the like. You'll find naught but the finest wares here.
She will eventually move into this building and set up her own shop here. For now, she's just selling the same stuff she was when she was wandering around town, which I don't think is anything I don't already have. Silly hats, silly robes. Yep, nothing new here. She will eventually sell a set of barbed nails, which increase your knockback and stun, which is incredibly useful. But for now, we don't have anything like that. So buy that. Oh, let's buy this stuff. Yeah. Well, we want the defensive ones anyway, or the offensive ones anyway. Looks good. I can find more of those. Can we just pick her up and take it? This isn't that kind of game, Silver.
Thank you very much.
That being said, if you want to do something about that pink aura, we can't just pick her up. Yeah, eventually she will set up a shop here. I think it's like a day or two after this event happens, and her stock starts upgrading like it does for the other merchants. A manicure adds to your attack. Yes. You have the fancier your fake nails, the more powerful you are. Well, you can't take their clothes from NPCs, Silver. Now, if he was holding on to something, we could definitely if you drop it and then we could grab it. And this is the guy I was talking about. And I think let's check for armor sets. Oh, yeah, and this stuff, while we're here, this stuff is all things that you had to buy. This was paid DLC in the original game, and you gradually became, you could unlock it in, eventually. And as of Dark Arisen, since it's a separate game, you no longer have that order stuff. You can. Somebody needs to make a mod for that. For what? Taking clothes off NPCs? I'm pretty sure this being a PC game, there's mods for taking everything off NPCs if you're into that sort of thing. But yeah, in Dark Arisen, you just buy all the stuff at here, and it's a little overpriced. Yeah, so those are the costumes we can buy. The rest of them, I think we have to find. Oh, and if we can actually just buy this stuff, I don't feel too bad about using it. Granted, it's pretty terrible fashion souls except for that. So, I could see putting Ashley in the fancy captain getup. Anyway, let me know if you want. Oh, we're gonna need this for later. We're going to need a fancy dress for later. I will explain myself in the fullness of time. And I think I'll buy one of these because the strength bonus never goes out of style. And right now, yeah, I think we'll buy one for, yeah, we'll buy one for Leon maybe. Yeah, I was going to, when we went back to the, Magic Archer. Well, we are Magic Archer now, what I'm talking about. We're going to buy the Golden Dove, Catharsis, Magic Archer, Magical Bow, queer design, under accuracy. I'm going to face humanoid foes. Yeah, I'll go and buy that as well. Okay. Now, I'm not still a Strider, am I? I thought... Huh, I wonder why it showed it as not applicable. Hmm. Well, time to...
Let us tell the innkeeper what we've seen.
Yeah, let's go turn this quest in. OMG, the Jester costume. We can definitely, yes, just get some more money. I will definitely buy a Jester outfit and we can put Leon in it. Silver says, you always need a fancy dress in real life and in game. I don't know what I would do with a fancy dress, in real life, except maybe, buy it for a lady, but... Yeah, there's some great outfits you can get in here. Now, let me see if I've already got... let's see, manage items, withdraw, storage. Cool looking bow, though. Yeah, if I can upgrade it, I think I'll switch to it. So if I remember right, all that DLC stuff, gets a very strong bonus when you finish maxing it out, but it's kind of subpar initially. It does look a little bit better on Madeline, yeah. Enhance the bow. Okay, 12 tufts of hair, and we actually have the cash. So I'm gonna wait until the morning and go to the barber shop and steal all of the remaining hair, and then get all that, then upgrade it fully. That should put us in pretty good stead for dealing with the ogres. So, time to rest.